What is the matter with you? Going off to some random marketplace where yokai frequent. You know better than that, Kosuzu.
I said I was sorry. Stop treating me like a kid. None of the yokai there attacked me. Besides, even if I was in trouble, I was there to protect me.
It would be best if you don't get too friendly with her. She is a Tengu after all.
I wish you would stop being so critical of yokai.
I am not critical. I'm acting how one should be around them. With caution, don't forget that yokai are the enemies of humans.
Well, that's not a very nice thing to say. That doesn't seem fair. Sounds really mean, actually.
I am not trying to be mean. I actually respect yokai for what they are, and they are dangerous. We humans have to keep our distance.
But how are we supposed to do that? Yokai walk among us. I bet there's even one in this place right now.
Yes, I know. They're so good at disguising themselves that it's hard to tell one apart from a real human. It's really annoying. But that doesn't change the facts. Yokai are still dangerous, and we must be wary of them at all times. If you suspect someone is a yokai, leave them and contact the Shrine Maiden.
Now you're just being paranoid. That doesn't sound right. After all, you wouldn't want someone to treat you that way just because of who you are, right?
This isn't about being mean. This is about doing what is right. Yokai and humans must remain separate. It doesn't matter how civilized a yokai is. We are destined to remain apart. Otherwise, Gensokyo may fall into chaos. Besides, most of them are feral and will have no problem eating you alive. We can't take that risk. We must assume all yokai are like that.
Excuse me. I don't mean to interrupt your conversation, but I just had to give you my opinion. I don't agree with what you just said. Not all yokai are malevolent. Some have become civilized and even walk among us, as she mentioned. To say that all yokai are dangerous and must be seen as hostile, I feel that will just create more problems than solve.
What kind of response is that?
I beg your pardon?
You don't tell that to every customer, do you? You're going to end up giving people the wrong idea. Will you take responsibility if a person ends up being killed by a yokai because of what you said?
I didn't mean to say that all yokai are safe to be around, but to assume that all are hostile isn't right either.
I never heard such terrible advice. How can you even think for a second that any can be trusted? After all, you wouldn't dare go outside this village into the wild with that attitude, I'm certain. I'm surprised that you can even consider them safe to any capacity since you are human. Unless you are not human.
What makes you think that?
You decided to interrupt our conversation only to disagree with what I said. It must have been offensive enough that I must have touched a nerve. I doubt any human would be this passionate about defending such creatures. There is no way anyone would.
Well, the thing about that is,
I'm a human, and I don't agree with you either.
You're that maid from the mansion, full of devils.
That's right. You have a problem with that?
I have nothing against you personally, Sakuya, but perhaps you are not the best person to give opinions about this.
Because I live in the so-called mansion full of devils?
I feel like you have more of a skewed perception that does not reflect the sentiment of the people in a human village.
I understand all I need to know about humans, mainly that they're hypocrites and fear what they don't know. And what gives them fear, they want to destroy, without even trying to reason or learn.
On the contrary, we have learned everything we need to know about yokai. After all, my family has been recording their behavior since the beginning.
All of it biased against them. You don't know everything because you only want to listen what you want to hear.
There is no denying that they are dangerous.
You speak as if humans have not done atrocities of their own.
Humans are not like yokai. We come up with laws and regulations to create order.
Have you not seen Tengu society? Do the Kappa not have their own regulations?
What kind of comparison is that? I see no difference between a flock of birds and a group of kotama. How about you actually go outside of that mansion for a change and actually speak to other humans, you know, your own kind?
And what welcomes me when I do go outside? A petty noble who thinks she knows everything just because she reincarnated a few times.
A few times? Try a millennium of knowledge that is ingrained in my mind. I alone know more than most people, and that doesn't even include the writings left by my family from generations past.
As far as I'm concerned, it's no different than Wikipedia.
I feel like that comparison is meant to belittle my contributions. What I am trying to tell you is that you're giving bad advice.
Being courteous and respectful regardless of who others are, to get to know each other instead of being judgmental of what they are. You say this is bad advice?
As if you live up to that example.
The devils I serve? How are they different than the ones humans serve? The ones who wage wars and kill their own kind just to get more power?
Sakuya, I have nothing against you personally, but I won't endorse what you say. What a shame that my ability forces me to absorb all information given to me, and I won't forget this conversation even if I tried. So I'll just follow this under misguided directions from a foolish woman. Where are our meals? We won't be eating here anymore.
Yeah, I figured.
Come on, Kosuzu. We're leaving.
Thanks for the meal.
Thank you as well.